Hotels across Northeast Ohio, especially those here in Cleveland, are booked throughout the week and the weekend for the NBA All-Star Game. A couple hundred of those guests had their plans derailed when their hotel, the Hampton Inn in Brooklyn, caught fire Wednesday morning. News 5's Jesse Schultz spoke to the hotel's general manager tonight, who says this is the worst weekend that this fire could have happened.
If the fire here at the Hampton Inn had never happened, the parking lot would be filled with guests and cars. But instead, all you'll find is a police officer blocking off the road, a vacant lot, and a building with extensive damage. It was a weekend filled with promise and pretty pennies for Chris Ellis and his staff.
The whole week was sold out.
Ellis is the GM of the Hampton Inn in Brooklyn. He estimates about 250 people were booked at the four-story hotel for the NBA All-Star Weekend.
People that were working the events, obviously downtown, and staff and vendors and things of that nature ahead of the games.
But Wednesday morning, instead of checking people in, his staff members were going door to door, making sure everyone was out.
You never think this is going to happen, obviously, in your training and going along, but when it does, you just thank God that you did all that training.
The fire alarms throughout the hotel went off a little before 9 a.m. According to Brooklyn's fire chief Kevin Paul, crews checked to make sure everyone was out and then went to work. But by then, the flames were on the fourth floor, and the wicked wind made things worse. Eventually, the fire caused the south side of the hotel's roof to collapse.
We were able to pull out the interior firefighters, so there was a collapse, a significant collapse on part of the building.
But with the fire out, Ellis's crews went back to work, making sure all of their guests were taken care of. He says they have insurance for any guests who lost items, and their owner, Hilton, helped find their guests other place to stay this weekend.
Work to get them in other places. You know, it's NBA All-Star Weekend, so it was not easy, and it will not, continue not to be easy. Obviously, the city in Northeast Ohio is sold out, so it was the worst of weekends to have this happen.
And while the next few days will not be what he expected, the losses are extensive and rebuilding will take months. Ellis says in the end, he's thankful that no one was hurt.
We got everybody out. No staff was hurt. No firefighters were hurt. No guests were hurt. We could rebuild the hotel.
Chief Paul says they are still working to determine the cause of the fire. In the meantime, Ellis says through insurance, he will be able to keep his staff on payroll, and he hopes to reopen the north side of the building that has a little less damage sometime this summer. Reporting in Brooklyn, Jesse Schultz, News 5.